conservation is a bourgeois concept. What we do is we create a huge amount of carbon and we expect poor people to look after our carbon sink for us. And they can't because they haven't got anything. I went to live with more illegal loggers. I wanted to understand their lives more. Here's Beto. Beto is very religious. He believes that the rainforest is the living embodiment of Christ, yet he's cutting it down. So I wanted to know why a man with such reverence for the forest, such respect for it, would do that. And his wife's left him. He's got 2 girls that he's putting through college. Neither of them will speak to him because he's a logger and that's beneath them. All his money goes to send to his girls to go through college. He's now an alcoholic. So he's living this tragic life and having to do the worst thing he can. But I thought illegal logging was bad in Manu and Peru, and then I went to Brazil. This is what the Amazon looks like in Acre in western Brazil. 91%-ish, 90% of rainforest destruction in the Amazon is for agriculture. So I went there, and this really was the Badlands. This is my buddy Dino. He's just about the most environmentally destructive human being I've ever met. He really is the worst nightmare. He was a peasant, and he found his dad dead. He'd hanged himself when he was a boy. He managed to get himself a little bit of land in the rainforest, had a family, managed to pull it off, got himself a farm. That's how he survives. This is his granddaughter, Ana Clara. Yeah, every time we got a camera out, Ana Clara was there. And she was so happy to have a load of new people to hang out with. And everyone did everything together, and it was a real family affair. But what they did was this.
E nós dois vamos ficar com eles. Como é que é? Com o belisca-lua.
Incendiário de hoje é o belisca-lua. A lua vai começar o puff lá.
Yeah? Everyone's desperate for me to light the fire.
Os tamborzinhos de puxar fogo. Não, gasolina.
Podemos botar fogo?
Huh? No, you do it.
Vai lá com ele lá.
You're the expert. Whoa. That quick. And that simple.
Já pegou. Vamos ventar,
Very quick. Already I can feel the heat coming off that thing. It's about 50 feet away. Everyone's getting the hell out. Oh no, he's not. He's going to start some more.
Puxa, ele não quer não? Daqui 5 anos nós vamos ter que ter gado aqui para nós comer carne.
We went back the next day. That's what the rainforest looked like. One of the reasons what Dino does is so bad was because what you're doing is you're cutting down a rainforest which produces oxygen. You're burning it, releasing all the carbon. Then you're covering it in grass and grazing it with cows, And globally, cows produce more greenhouse gases than all of the transport combined. That's every plane, car, ship, you name it, globally. So it couldn't be any worse for the environment, what Dino does. Do I like him any less for it? No. I have a huge amount of respect for Dino. I learned a hell of a lot from him. He taught me I had to be a better dad, I had to be a better family man. But he taught me also that to him, the forest is a resource. To me, it's a romantic ideal. To him, it's a resource. And when we think of people of the forest, we have this romantic notion of people living in harmony with the forest. You know, Dino, Erasmus, Beto, Ilias, they're just as much people of the forest. And until we start understanding that, realizing and accepting it, we're going to struggle to go forward. The one thing I think I came away knowing most was that conservation is a bourgeois concept. You know, I have the time and the money to care. And these guys don't have that. And you know, when you look at the problems of the Amazon, what you're looking at is really four main things. You're looking at the extraction of gold, cocaine, Brazilian beef, and tropical hardwood trees like mahogany. And we're the end users of those products. And what we do is we create a huge amount of carbon, much more than these guys. We pump it into the atmosphere. And we expect poor people with nothing to look after our carbon sink for us. And they can't, because they haven't got anything. And then we shout and moan, and we call them bastards for chopping down the rainforest. So what was I going to do with Ilias? That was the big thing. You know, I had this man, I've done my journey, what am I going to do? Well, I gave him a job. I said, all right, you're the worst illegal logger in the area, replant it.
I'm trepidatious, I'm not stupid, there's a very high chance of failure, but I'm not going to let that cloud my excitement about the whole idea of Ilias working with me. And yes, it might fail, but I do trust him.
As well as paying Ilias, Charlie's going to bring in experts who understand how to restore damaged rainforest.
Look at that little rainforest there.
Y acá tenemos otra especie que es el agua, ¿no? Como tú sabes, tú lo conoces muy bien al agua, ¿no? Casi no es acá agua, ¿no? Entonces, ¿qué te parece, Elías? Sí, todo bien.
They're going to plant a mixture of hardwoods and fast-growing softwoods, as well as bananas and other crops that can grow alongside the trees and provide Ilias with a second income. With any luck, he'll be self-sufficient within 5 years.
I think the thing about this is it's so simple and symbolic, planting trees, but it's who I'm with here today doing it. And you know, I'm doing this with Ilias, and that's the key to this. Not putting trees in the ground, letting trees go. It's who I'm actually here doing it with. Come on, Ilias, give me a hand. We'll do it together. We've got a lot more of these to go, Ilias. We've got a whole rainforest to plant. We can't stop now. Well done.
Muy bien, Charlie.
Muy bien.
Charlie didn't find a way to protect the national park, but in this corner of the Amazon, he has already made a difference.
Watching Heidi and Ilias, I felt quite proud. I suppose it hits me in a sort of a very happy way, because it was a very nice moment to watch. But there was something really wretched about it as well, because it's not solving a massive problem; it's solving a very tiny problem, and it hasn't even solved it yet. but I feel like at least I'm doing something, even if it's just one tiny small thing, which this is. You know, all we can do is hope, isn't it? Actually, no, that's bullshit. All we can do is hope. Get off our asses and do something.
2 years later, did it work? No. He had too many other pressures on his life. I saw him in the summer, and he was all embarrassed. And I thought, you don't have to be embarrassed. You know, I didn't live in your shoes. I didn't judge you or, have any blame at all. But it was very sad because he was, he kind of felt like he had let himself down. And I don't know how hard Ilyas's life is, so I couldn't say. But they had a new daughter anyway called Jasmine. And he might be the most awful illegal logger, but he's a nice guy. And that's the end of my talk. Thank you.